New York City, the heart of the financial world, the greatest port on the face of the earth. But here also is the nerve center of an organization that controls crime throughout the country. An organization whose insidious fingers dip not only into vice, murder, narcotics, but whose tentacles reach into gambling, the waterfronts, that corrupts and intimidates the world of sport. Here in a city of millions of decent, industrious people is a handful of men who form the top echelon of organized crime. Hoodlums, yes, but now clothed in respectability to form a cartel known as the Syndicate. On a January night, on a quiet side street in Midtown Manhattan, the law was violated. Not only the law of the city, but the law of the Syndicate, killing for personal vengeance.
Trigger-happy pig. Not only knocks off one of our best men, but blasts a couple of citizens, too.
Take it easy, Charlie. We'll take care of Andrade.
What do you mean, take it easy? I've been on the phone all day. The organization's sore. I don't blame them. We spend millions to wrap things up, and this pig blows the lid off. And in my territory yet.
I always told you, Charlie, Andrade's a bad boy. Something wrong with him up here.
What do you want?
Mr. DeLucia is calling from Italy.
Now I got Albert on my back. Hello? Yeah, this is Lupo speaking. Hello, Albert. How are you? I'm fine, fine. Yeah, I know. The newspapers are playing it up big. They're lowering the boom on us. No, he did this on his own. It was personal. I'm taking care of it right away, so stop worrying, will you? Hey, Albert, how's the family? Good, I'm glad to hear it. I'll talk to you real soon. Huh? Goodbye.
How did he take it?
Well, you know Albert, he never gets excited, but he's worried. Oh, that Andrade!
Calm down, Charlie.
What is it now?
Arnie Wendler is here.
Send him in.
Hello, Mr. Lupo. Hiya, Ben.
Hello, Arnie.
Sit down, Wendler. I'm giving you a contract. Pete Andrade. I want it done in the next 48 hours, and I want it clean. Do you understand me? Clean.
Pete's a pretty rough guy, and so are his boys. They're going to be keeping their eyes open now.
Do I have to tell you how to do it? Get some good boy from the Middle West, somebody Andrade doesn't know.
Don't you think we ought to wait a little while, Charlie, till things settle down?
No, I don't. I want this pig taken care of right away. He made an unauthorized hit. He gets hit himself.
Phone Johnny Achilles in Chicago. Tell him I told you to call. Give him a setup. He'll send you a good boy.
Okay, Ben. I'll check with you later. Goodbye, Mr. Lupo.
Sorry I'm so irritable, Ben, but this thing's got me upset. I need a rest, a vacation, maybe a week or so in Florida. Do me some good, huh?
Yes, Mr. Lupo?
Get my mother on the phone, will you?
Right away.
Hey, Ben, maybe you better leave town, too, especially while the hit's being made, huh?
Yeah. I think I'll take a drive down to Philadelphia and see my daughter. She just sent me some new pictures of the kid.
Oh, let me see them here. Hey, these are wonderful. This young one, spitting image of you, Ben. Believe me, the spitting image.
A lot of people say that, Charlie.
What?
I have Mrs. Lupo for you.
Oh, fine. Hello, Mama. See, how'd you like to get down to Florida for about a week? Ah, now, come on. It'll do you good, Mama. I'll tell you what you do. You pack the bags, I'll come home early with the tickets, huh? All right, fine, Mama. Talk to you later. Goodbye.
That same day, a man boarded a plane at the Chicago airport. This was Nick Magellan, quiet, inconspicuous. Nothing to distinguish him from the 24 or so other male passengers. The wheels of the Syndicate had begun to move, swift, relentless, merciless. Retribution was to strike Pete Andrade in the person of one Nick Magellan. Destination, New York. Purpose, murder.
Here he comes now. That's him getting out now.
Okay. He's all mine now.
Gino, when a blonde dame comes out and lights a cigarette, that means Andrado's ready to leave.
Who's the blonde?
Andrado's ex-wife. She's fingering him. Gino, when you see Andrado come out, start your cab and drive down the corner here. Why you got your signal to move? As soon as he's out in the open, gun the car, and Magellan... You listening, Magellan?
Yeah, I'm listening.
When you get here, let him have it. If his boys are with him, blast them too. Gino's cab will be used as a crash car and cover your getaway. Whitey will drive you someplace so he can get rid of the heater. Then you two split up, and he'll ditch the car. You got it, Magellan?
You all through?
Yeah, I'm through.
When I make a hit, I don't like a lot of company, especially blonde dames. Just give me a driver, I'll do the rest.
Look, wise guy. I know Pete Andrado. He's rough and he's no dope.
You want me to make this hit, or do you want to do it yourself?
You just better not miss, Magellan.
I don't miss. Got a silencer?
Walt, give him a douser. Just remember, Magellan, Mr. Lupo wants this clean.
Don't worry, it'll be clean. Clean as a whistle. Come on, Whitey. Let's take a ride.
Why don't you get rid of that guy? Pete's due any minute.
You back through, pal?
I'll take another beer.
But you ain't finished with this one.
It's flat. Bring me another one.
Hiya, boys. Get rid of him.
Something wrong with the food?
I didn't make any complaints.
You're taking an awful long time to eat it.
I'm a slow eater.
Beat it.
I haven't finished my sandwich.
I told you to beat it.
Okay. You don't have to get tough about it.
Frisk him. He's clean.
Look in his coat.
It's clean here. Now get out of here. We don't want your dough, just beat it.
Okay.
He's got a gun!
Death came today to racketeer Pete Andrado. According to police, this is obviously a gangland reprisal for the shooting of Louis Martinez 2 days ago in Manhattan, in which John Pickens, an innocent bystander, was brutally murdered and his wife critically injured. From her bed at City Hospital.
Yeah?
It's me, Arnie.
Hello, Nick. Hi, Whitey.
There's plenty of heat on around town. You sure nobody saw you?
Like I told you, Arnie, it didn't take us more than 30 minutes. Nick comes out and we drive away and nobody even tumbles to us.
If I had the time to stick around, I'd really show you boys a few tricks.
Look, Magellan, you were pulled in on this job because Andrado didn't know you. We got a dozen boys could have done just as good a job. Better.
I wouldn't argue the point. Just give me my dough for the job so I can get back to Chicago. This town bores me.
You're not leaving. You've got to hang around for a while.
Look, I work for Achilles. I'm taking the first plane out of here tonight.
Right now, you're on a loan out, and you're working for Lupo. If he says stay, you stay.
Lupo wants me to stay?
Yeah. He called me from Miami. Said he wants to see you. He'll be back in a few days.
I guess Lupo appreciates real talent. This may be the home run that pays off.
Very funny.
I'll need some expense money.
So long, Nick.
So long, Whitey.
By merging the lumber company with the East-West Trucking Corporation, we can write off a capital loss and save ourselves $300,000 in taxes.
The doctor should have to eat this. Tastes like something you put wallpaper on with. Boy, did I live it up in Miami. Oysters, lobster, Newburgh, French pastry. Got sick as a dog. Mama had to stay up with me all one night.
You're sure nuts to eat stuff like that with your stomach.
Well, guys got to bust loose once in a while. How's business generally, Morris?
Very good. Up 4.7% over last year.
It's good to have a nice, legitimate business. Tell me something. How the rackets doing?
Excellent, Mr. Lupo. Up 8% over last year. The numbers did alone $1,672,875 better for the first quarter.
This guy kills me. He's got a better memory than an elephant. Carries a whole set of books in his head and never makes a mistake.
Thank you, Mr. Lupo.
What about Brooklyn? Picking up any?
I was going to mention Brooklyn. It's pulling down our average. Their collections dropped off 2% again.
You don't think there's anything dishonest going on over there, do you?
I couldn't say, but the collections have fallen very sharply.
Maybe I better replace Sumac with a new boy.
No, he's one of the best. He's got dames on his mind. That's his trouble, too many dames.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah?
Nick Magellan is here.
Talk to him as soon as I'm through with Morris. Okay, Morris.
You want me to leave while you're talking to Magellan?
No. You stay here. I want you to meet him. Boy, does this bring back memories. His father gave me my first break.
I remember Frank Magellan. I met him in Chicago just before he got knocked off. It was a Fisher mob got him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was during the beer war, just for repeal. He was a great guy, rest his soul.
Goodbye, Mr. Lupo.
Bye, Morris.
Goodbye, Ben.
So am I.
Thanks, Morris.
It's always a pleasure.
Send Magellan in, will you?
Yes, sir.
You know, I almost died when I talked to Achilles in Miami. He told me he was sending Magellan's son down. Says he's a smart boy. We can use a smart boy around here with some of the dummies we got working for us.
Mr. Lupo?
Come in. How are you? This is Mr. Dagajanian.
Glad to know you.
Hello, Magellan.
Sit down, Nick. Sit down. He's just like his father, only better looking. Father and I were friends, Nick. Real good friends.
Yes, I know. He used to talk about you a lot when I was a kid.
How would you like to work for me?
Thanks for the offer, Mr. Lupo, but I already work for Johnny Achilles.
I'll pay you more money.
I'm sorry, I work for Mr. Achilles.
Look, kid, you're talking to Lupo. You should be happy to work for me. This guy's begging to work for Lupo.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Lupo, but Johnny Achilles gave me my break. And as long as he wants me, I'm staying with him.
I already talked to Achilles, and it's all right with him.
Well, that's different, Mr. Lupo. If it's okay with him, it's okay with me.
Now you're working for me. Ben, we're going to have to find the right spot for him.
What about Brooklyn? Might keep Sumac on his toes.
Now, Sumac will come back in line after you talk to him. Look, Nick, give Ben and me a chance to kick this thing around a while, will you?
Sure, fine. Thanks, Mr. Lupo. You won't be disappointed.
No, I know I won't.
Goodbye, Mr. Dagajanian.
Goodbye, Magellan. Check with me tomorrow.
Fine.
Yeah, he sure is like his father. Same manner, quiet and polite. You know, Ben, that Frank Magellan was the toughest guy I ever knew. Absolutely the toughest.
He's pretty loyal to Achilles.
Oh, you noticed that too, huh? Loyalty, that's something you can't buy. Half the pigs that work for us can't even spell it. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a salami on rye and a kosher pickle.
Peerless Garage. Yeah, just a minute.
3 jacks.
You ladies.
It's for you, Magellan.
Yeah? Right, I'll be waiting out front. Cash me in.
Who was that?
My governess. She thinks I ought to be in bed.
Lupo's been shot.
Bad?
I don't think so. He talked to me himself. Doctor's on his way over there.
Where did it happen?
In his house, Long Island. They got him through the window.
Andrade must have had some good friends.
His brother, Kansas City. We got a tip a couple of days ago. He was blowing his mouth off about getting Lupo. We were watching for him, but he must have slipped into town.
You want me to take care of him?
Oh, you got another job. You stay close to Lupo until we find Louis Andrade. Night and day, stay with him.
I'll stay with him, Mr. Dagajanian. Night and day.
Hello, Mr. Dagajanian.
How bad is it?
Not much, just nicked him on the left arm. The boss is more mad than hurt. The doctor's still here. They're in the library.
Where were you when it happened?
Upstairs. By the time I got outside, Andrade had beat it.
Better take a look around the grounds, Nick. Andrade finds out he missed Charlie, he might be back.
Okay. I'm Nick Magellan.
Glad to know you. I'm Ed Barnes.
Nice place.
Yeah, sent the boss back 300 grand.
You said no more guns, that it was just going to be business. And now you are getting shot at again, just like the old days.
Mama, please. I told you it was a crazy hopped-up pig. Nobody shoots at Lupo, only crazy pigs.
No, it's like the old days. You are getting shot at again. But I'm not young like I used to be. I can't nurse you like...
Mama, please. Mama, go make some coffee for the boys, huh?
Guns. Shooting. Just like the old days. I know.
Well, Doc, it looks like he's going to live, huh?
Yeah, just a little flesh wound, not very deep. I guess Charlie owes his life to that rug.
Yeah, how about that? I tripped over the rug as the bullet came through the window. I got in the other room all right, but that pig, he put a bullet right in the middle of my painting.
You're lucky it went through the painting instead of you.
Lucky. You know what that painting cost me? 30 grand. Just look at it. 30 grand.
Get him up.
What is this? Let go of him.
Turn around.
Take your hands off him.
Just who are you?
I'm Catherine Lupo. I happen to live here.
I work for your father.
I'm terribly sorry about this, Dan.
Forget about it, Kathy. It was just a mistake.
I'm really sorry. I'm so humiliated.
Look, it wasn't your fault. Forget about it, will you? I'll call you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
Good night, Kathy.
Good night, Stan.
Don't ever do that again.
Let me go. Take your dirty hands off me.
Now, you listen to me. I'm sorry I had to rough up your boyfriend, but I didn't have time to be polite. Your father's been shot.
Papa shot. Is it serious?
I don't know. The doctor's inside with him now.
Hello, Catherine.
How bad is it, Doctor?
Now, there's nothing to worry about, just a slight wound. Your father's too tough to let a little thing like that bother him.
Are you all right, Papa?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Nothing to worry about. See how my girl worries about me, Ben?
Well, why shouldn't she?
Hello, Uncle Ben.
Hello, Kathy.
Tell me, did you have a good time at the party?
All right.
See any of your friends from college?
We left early.
Must have been kind of boring, huh?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, hi, Nick. Come on in, come on in.
How you feeling, Mr. Lupo?
I'm fine, fine. Oh, Kathy, this is Nick Magellan. Nick, this is my daughter, Kathy.
We've met.
That's a pretty big drink for a little girl.
I'm afraid I'm not a little girl anymore, Papa. I suppose this will be in all the newspapers tomorrow.
No, of course not.
Not one word of it, Kathy.
How'd it happen?
Some slob took a shot at me through the window, that's all.
For no reason, I suppose.
None that I know of.
But it won't stop there. You won't let it stop there, will you, Papa? Now, you give the orders to shoot whoever shot you. Isn't that the way it works, Uncle Ben?
Kathy, I've told you my business has nothing to do with you.
It has lots to do with me. You see, I have to live with it, too. Decent people don't want me around. It's as though I had a disease. I'm a freak because I'm Lupo's daughter.
What's wrong with Lupo? I can buy and sell any of those pigs. You better start getting some respect for your father.
Respect. I'm ashamed of the name of Lupo, and I'm ashamed of you.
Don't ever say that again, Kathy, ever.
Not paying attention to it, Charlie. She's just a little upset, that's all.
Yeah, sure.
You better get some rest. Take care of that arm. Maybe you shouldn't go to the office tomorrow.
I'll be all right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, Charlie.
Good night, Ben.
Good night, Nick.
Good night.
Ed'll show you to your room. See you in the morning, Nick.
Good night, Mr. Lupo.
Good night.
The district attorney's here.
Oh, show him right in.
How are you, Judge Kincaid?
Fine, thank you, Rossi. I'm sorry to bring you here at this hour.
Oh, it's fine.
Sit down.
Thank you.
I got a call from the governor, and he's appointed me to head a crime commission. I'm leaving for Albany in the morning.
You can count on the full cooperation of my office.
I know that. Have you gotten any leads on the Adrado killing?
Not a thing yet, except that we're sure it's the Syndicate.
It's the old familiar pattern, evil destroying itself.
I'm afraid we've got to do a little destroying, too.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, Rossi. Strategy. We'll shoot for the top.
Lupo?
Lupo.
That's a pretty big order.
Good morning.
Good morning. About last night, I suppose I shouldn't have slapped you. Under the circumstances, you were probably only doing your job.
You don't have to apologize.
I'm not apologizing. I still think you were rude and ill-mannered.
Then I apologize.
Morning, Miss Kathy. What will you have for breakfast?
Just coffee, Ed.
All right.
You were pretty rough with your father last night.
You know, Mr. Magellan, you have a penchant for interfering in other people's affairs.
Penchant?
Exactly. Penchant means a strong inclination towards. And I'd appreciate it hereafter if you'd mind your own business.
Morning, good morning.
Good morning, Papa.
Good morning, Mr. Lupo.
How'd you sleep, Nick?
Fine. How's the arm?
Oh, it's a little stiff. I feel kind of silly wearing this thing, though.
Ready for breakfast, boss?
Yeah, but no cream of wheat.
But the doc said you're supposed to eat it.
No cream of wheat.
Okay, okay, boss. No cream of wheat.
Well, what's my girl gonna do today?
Haven't decided yet.
Well, maybe you're gonna have lunch with Stan, huh? You know, she's going with a real nice kid, Nick. Kathy, I like that boy.
Would you mind changing the subject?
Is anything wrong?
No, not a thing.
Yeah, there's something wrong, I can tell. I knew there was something wrong last night. Did you and Stan have a fight?
I'm not going to see him anymore.
Oh, come on, Kathy. Don't let a quarrel upset you. All young people quarrel.
We didn't have a quarrel, Papa. His family feels that association with a gangster's daughter might harm his career. That's it, period.
Is he important to you, Kathy?
What's the difference? It's over.
Answer me. Is he important to you?
It doesn't matter anymore.
If you want that boy, you're gonna have him, Kathy.
How, Papa? You gonna buy him for me? You're gonna buy me a man now, like you buy me a new dress or a car?
Stop talking like a child, Kathy. You don't understand these things. If he's important to you, I can do something for the boy. I can set him up in business.
I understand. I understand very well. You'll make a big man of him and then corrupt him like you do everything else you touch.
Shut up, Kathy.
But you can't corrupt him. I won't let you. I won't let you corrupt him.
Shut up, Kathy! Now leave the table. I just don't understand that kid anymore, Nick. She got a chip on her shoulder. I do everything in the world for her. She's still got a chip on her shoulder.
I wouldn't worry about it. She's full of psychological conflicts, but she'll straighten out.
I hope you're right, Nick. I hope you're right. Say, you've had a pretty good education, haven't you? You know, I like that. Most of the dummies work for me can't even write their names. I never had much school either. I read a lot. I read all the bestsellers. Tell me something, Nick. You got any other clothes?
I have a couple of suits back in Chicago. I'm sending for them.
Leave them there. Look, after you drop me to the office, you go to Baroni. He's my tailor. Order yourself some suits. Nothing like you're wearing. Let him pick them out. He's got good taste.
Well, that's swell of you, Mr. Lupo. I have a penchant for nice things.
You got a what?
Penchant.
Yeah, sure.
Good morning, Mr. Lupo. What happened to your arm?
I stranded.
Hello, Johnny.
How are you? Nick, you go on down to Baroni's. I'll talk to you later. Come on in, Frawley.
Who's he?
Robert Frawley, Mr. Lupo's lawyer.
He looks well fed.
He is.
I'll be down at Baroni's. If you need me, I'll be back in a couple of hours.
No strikes.
No stripes.
Now, what's on your mind, Frawley?
The governor is appointing a crime commission.
We've had him before.
Judge Kincaid is heading this one.
Who else?
Henry Waltham's on it.
Well, he's in our corner. Find out who the rest are and get to him.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, Charlie. I'm going to need more money, at least a couple of $100,000.
Wait a minute, Frawley. We're paying plenty for protection. We're not going to pay any more.
There'll be big men on this commission, Charlie. Even if we can reach them, their price will be high. This wasn't figured on our budget.
They're a bunch of crooks. Just a bunch of lousy crooks.
If Kincaid ever gets wind of the Washington deal...
All right, Frawley. You're going to get your money, but I want the commission blocked. Do you understand?
I'll do the best I can, Charlie.
That's not good enough. I want it stopped and stopped cold.
All right, Charlie.
Nothing but a bunch of lousy crooks.
Yes, Mr. Lupo?
Then down to Delicatessen. Get me a salami on rye.
But, Mr. Lupo, the doctor...
You heard me, a salami on rye. And a kosher pickle.
mallet head. Hi, boss. Mr. Dagajanian phoned. Said to call him as soon as he got in. He's at home.
Get me bicarbonate of soda, will you?
Must have eaten something didn't agree with your boss. Okay, right away.
Hi.
Hi.
Join me?
No, thanks.
No bad habits, huh?
Not during business hours.
Not even to please the boss's daughter?
Especially not with the boss's daughter.
Afraid?
Could be.
Nick, I wonder about you. You're not like the rest of Papa's hoodlums.
I like to use the term employee.
Like a cobra. Always relaxed, yet always ready to strike.
Nick!
Excuse me.
Jump, Fido. Papa give you liver.
That's good news, Ben. Thanks. See you tomorrow. They got Louis Andrade in Detroit. He was trying to make it to Canada.
Oh, good. Then I guess you won't be needing me anymore. I'll check with Mr. Dagajanian in the morning.
No. You stay with me, Nick. I got plans for you.
Well, that's fine with me, Mr. Lupo.
Wow.
And no stripes.
You were born to wear clothes like that, Nick. You look simply terrific. You know, if I were a little younger...
Don't give me any ideas. The boss still here?
Go right in. He's waiting for you.
Hey, Nick, how are you? Come in. Let me get a good look at you. Come on. Hey, that's wonderful. Turn around.
Hello.
Iris, Nick Magellan.
Glad to know you.
It's quite a difference. Brony did a great job. Isn't that a beauty, Iris? Real class, huh?
Mr. Magellan makes a very handsome picture.
You make yourself at home, Nick. As soon as I'm finished checking these reports, take them to Carmen to be typed and take them over to Franklin's office in the morning.
Would you like a martini, Mr. Magellan? We were just having one. That is, I was.
Not right now, thanks.
I sure picked a fine night to go to a show and I'm up with Nick on these reports.
I'm finally getting Charlie to the theater. I practically have to drag him, and then he always wants to leave after the first act.
Iris, those shows, they bore me. Yeah, these look all right. Nick, I thought to go to Washington with me.
Well, that's fine with me, boss.
Take these to Carmen, will you?
Bye.
When are you going, dear?
First part of the week. I'll only be gone a couple of days. Isn't he everything I said he was?
He's definitely got something.
Sure, he has class. That's what he's got, real class.
Be through with these in about an hour.
That's for me. I'm not here.
Hello? Oh, yes, Mrs. Lupo. Your mother.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, hello, Mama. What? When? Now, look, Mama, please don't get excited about this whole thing. I'll take care of it right away. Yes, Mama, I know, but... All right, Mama. Yeah, I'll be there. Yes, Mama. Goodbye. Sorry, Iris, I gotta go home.
Oh, Charlie.
Nick, do me a favor. Take Iris to the theater. Pick up the reports in the morning. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Iris.
I hate to impose on you, Mr. Magellan. Of course, if you'd rather not go.
Where do you want to eat?
Well, there's a nice little restaurant on the east side. She's leaving, Charlie. She's leaving us.
Where is she?
She's upstairs packing. Be nice to her, Charlie. Be gentle.
I will. What's happened, Kathy?
I'm leaving this house for good.
Come on now, stop all that nonsense, will you?
I've taken all I can take of this house and everything it stands for.
You're pretty upset. What's happened?
Stan wants to marry me. He doesn't care what his family thinks anymore.
I think that's wonderful news. You should be very happy.
Should I, Papa? Should I be happy because you bought him like you buy everybody else?
I didn't buy him. Of course I talked to the boy, but what's wrong with helping Stan?
I told you to leave him alone. Now I wouldn't spit on him.
Be practical, Kathy. I only did it for you. Haven't I always given you everything you've ever wanted?
Yes, Papa, you've given me everything. Everything but self-respect and decency. That's something you can't buy.
Self-respect? I'm tired of your self-respect and your decent people. You think those East Side snobs got any more self-respect than me? I can tell you a lot about those two-faced pigs. They're no better than me and maybe worse.
I know, Papa. You can buy and sell them. You can buy and sell them with your blood money.
Blood money? Blood money, you call it. It's good enough to buy you these. And these. Blood money. It's good enough to buy you those, wasn't it? You call it blood money. It was good enough to send you to Europe and put you through the best schools. You call it blood money. You know the trouble with you, Kathy, is you're spoiled, and I spoiled you.
Yes, you spoiled me, Papa. You bought me like you buy everybody else, and I hate myself for it. I hate everything I've ever taken, but no more. I'm leaving here, and I'm getting rid of the name of Lupo. I won't let it kill me like it killed my mother.
Shut up!
Charlie, don't!
Unpack that bag. You're going to stay here.
That was typical, Papa. You're still a hoodlum. You'll never be anything else.
Night, Iris.
Come on in for a nightcap.
No, thanks. I think I'll run along.
Nonsense. Curfew hasn't rung yet. Besides, I'm still in a talkative mood.
There's one thing you learn in my racket. Stay in your own territory. Good night.
You heard the senor. Cash on the line. We don't get the oil leases till his country gets a loan.
How else could it be? Suppose my government should deliver the oil to you gentlemen at your low price and then should fail to receive the loan from your government.
When's this come up for Congress, Williamson?
This is Washington, Charlie. You can't rush things here. You understand, Mr. Lupo, that we must tread most delicately. As a matter of fact, this brings to mind the Teapot Dome scandal of some years ago.
Save your speeches for Congress. Look, I know this is no breeze, but you guys aren't working for nothing with your 5%, you know.
Well, no one's complaining, Charlie. We've just got to be cautious. There's been a lot of opposition to this loan.
Have the vessels been purchased yet?
We bought 12 tankers, all under Panamanian registry. Under dummy names, of course.
I'm worried about the big American and English oil companies. If it leaks out your organization's getting the oil leases so cheaply, they'll smell the government loans tied to it, and they'll blow this deal right up in our faces.
And a lot of people with it, too.
And that's my department, Charlie. Let me worry about that.
It's in your lap, Williamson.
Goodbye, Mr. Lupo.
I'll see you, huh?
See you, Charlie.
So long.
See you in New York, Charlie.
Right.
Don't worry about a thing, Charlie. I'll keep you advised.
Yeah, do that. A bunch of pigs.
That Williamson's a pretty smooth article.
He's the best lobbyist in Washington. Big man behind the scenes. Recognize the other two, Nick?
The one with the big hat. Isn't he the guy that was shooting his mouth off about corruption in government?
Yeah, that's right, and he's got his price. Just remember that, Nick. Everybody's got a price. All you gotta do is find out what it is.
Hiya, boss. Glad to see you back.
Boss?
What? Your mother wants to see you right away. She's up in her room.
Anything wrong?
You better talk to her.
What happened, Mama?
Kathy is gone.
Gone? Gone where?
She's left us, Charlie. She went early this morning.
All right, where'd she go?
I don't know. She wouldn't tell me. She said she was leaving for good.
Oh, that crazy kid. Where's she gonna go? Where's she gonna live? This is her home, Mama. She belongs here. You know, Mama, we spoiled her. That's the trouble. Don't worry, Mama. I'll find her and bring her back and knock some sense into that stubborn head of hers. Don't you worry, Mama. I'll bring her back.
Charlie, we're not getting any action from this guy Williamson.
Yeah, I know. He talked to me on the phone a couple of weeks ago. He's having trouble lining up some of the boys, that's all.
Don't smell kosher to me. I don't know how far you can trust these striped pants fellas.
I'll have Frawley go down and look into it. How are the rest of our enterprises doing, Morris?
Excellent. Las Vegas is showing a substantial increase. The only spot we are falling down is Brooklyn. We dropped again this quarter.
That's Sumac and his dames.
I'm having Nick look into that. Don't worry about Sumac, will you? That's all, Morris. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
It's always a pleasure, Mr. Lupo.
Oh, get these reports out to the boys today, will you?
I'll mail them this afternoon. Goodbye, Mr. Lupo.
Goodbye.
Ben.
Did you find out anything yet, Ben?
Not yet, Charlie. Boys can't find trace of her. She just fell out of sight.
I wonder where she can be.
Charlie, don't worry. Might take a little time, but we'll find her.
I've got to get her back, Ben.
I know. See you later, Charlie.
Hello, Mr. Magellan.
Shoemaker around?
Back in the office. You want me to get him?
Don't bother.
What's on your mind, Magellan?
Would you mind leaving?
Stay right where you are, baby.
I will, honey.
I'd rather not have Baby around for this.
She's staying.
These minks you're chasing with are taking your mind off your business. We don't like it.
Oh, we don't like it.
Instead of getting your name in the nightclub columns, we want to see some results in your collections.
Uh-huh. Well, if Lupo has any beefs, he can give them. I don't like to be bothered by errand boys.
That's tough, because you're going to be bothered by this errand boy from now on. The collections go up, or you go out.
I've been working for the Syndicate a long time, Magellan, and nobody ever tried to push me around. Even Mr. Lupo never tried to muscle me. So I'm certainly not going to be shoved around by a two-bit punk like you. I'm going to give you real trouble for that, Magellan.
I'm coming to check on you every week, Sumac. And this mink better not be here during business hours.
Say, that's the second time you've called me a mink.
Would 2 o'clock Wednesday be all right for you, Mr. Perkins? Fine, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Hello, Kathy.
Nick, what are you doing here? How did you find me?
You should have changed addresses. I want to talk to you.
No, please, I can't talk here. Leave me alone, Nick.
How about dinner with me?
Look, I'm happy here. Don't spoil it for me. They don't know who I am.
How about dinner?
No, please.
Okay. I'm staying until you say yes.
Hello, Miss Lang.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Wilson. Would you be seated? The doctor will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
I think I can arrange that appointment for you after all, sir. Would 6 o'clock this evening be convenient?
6 would be fine. I'll be here right on the dot. What are you trying to prove, Kathy? Living in a dump, making $45 a week.
I'm living my life the way I want to.
You're breaking your father's heart.
Look, Nick, don't think I don't love Papa. That's the trouble. I love him as a father. I detest him as a man. I hate everything he stands for, everything he believes in.
What do you think anybody else believes in? Take a look around you. See that busboy over there? He steals from the waiter steals from the owner, and the owner gyps the government.
You really believe that about people? Everybody's out for what he can get.
Nobody's handing out any free lunches in this world, Kathy. When I was a kid, I wore shoes with holes in them. I wore pants that were too big, handed down from the kid upstairs. When my father was killed, my mother sewed buttonholes for $12.50 a week to buy me bread.
You didn't sew buttonholes so you'd wind up like this.
What should I have been instead? A banker? A big brain surgeon? Secretary of State? My father was Frank Magellan. Could I have gone to Harvard or West Point? You're in a bind, Kathy. You were in a bind before you were born. So was I. So make the best of it. Hang on to what you've got. You see this? $200. And this custom-made, $25. That's what's important. Doesn't matter how you get it, as long as you've got it. Don't try to fight something you can't beat, or you'll be in for a big letdown.
If I believed that, I wouldn't want to live anymore. Take me home, Nick. This is where I live. Please don't tell Papa where I am.
I won't, I promise.
Thanks, Nick.
If you need anything at all, you know where you can reach me.
Yes, I know. Good night, Nick.
Good night, Kathy.
Felt good belting that punk. I had a real good time working him over. He might have been a pretty boy once. I wonder what he looks like now.
Take a good look. I'm sorry I couldn't be announced this time. But your boy is lying behind the bar with a slight headache. Hurt your hand?
Yeah.
Let's see it. Not that way, over here. I said over here. Put it on the desk where I can get a good look at it. Go out and get it fixed. Okay, Sumac. Do you like it better with the lights out? Let's have it that way. You know where the guns are. Let's see you get them.
Are you awake, Mama?
Yes. Coming, Charlie.
Do you think she'll come home, Mama?
No, Charlie. Kathy's gone. She's gone for good.
I'm gonna find her, Mama. I'm gonna talk to her.
Leave her alone. For once in your life, leave her alone. Give her a chance. Let her find what she's looking for. You are my boy, Charlie. And I love you. But you are not always right. Listen to your mama. Leave the child alone.
Get to the point, Frawley. Why am I here?
It's about Ben Dagajani. I got a hot tip in Washington this morning that they're going after him on illegal entry into the country.
Deportation?
Yes, the immigration authorities will probably serve him next week.
Okay, so we'll fight it. We've beaten those raps before.
You won't beat this, Magellan. They've got him. Cold.
You can't even begin to fight this. If you do, we can forget about the oil deal.
What's the oil deal got to do with it?
Plenty, Nick. This is meat for Judge Kincaid and his commission. He'll make a big thing of this. Drag in Lupo, everybody. Put the spotlight on the Syndicate.
Look, Magellan, I've spent nearly a year lining up some very influential people on this government loan. You'll scare them off if you put the syndicate on the front pages.
Magellan's got to get out of the country before the proceedings can even get underway.
You want me to break this to Lupo?
You're close to Charlie. You can explain it to him better than we can.
Oh, sure. I can explain it real good. I just say, Charlie, you gotta throw your best friend out of the country.
Oh, I'm sure you can be a little more diplomatic than that.
Yeah, Williamson, I can be real diplomatic. Like you country club hypocrites. Just wrap the knife in velvet before I shove it in.
But I think that's a little uncalled for.
Now, Nick, there's no need to get nasty with Paul about this. Besides, this isn't the most unfortunate thing that could happen to you. After Dagajanian is gone, somebody has to take his place. And you're in pretty solid with Lupo.
Ben's gonna have to go. That's all there is to it, Nick. The syndicate comes first.
Sure we couldn't fight it, Charlie?
There's not a chance. This oil deal's too important. Poor Ben. This is about the toughest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
You want me to break it to him, Charlie?
No, that hurt him even worse. I'll break it to him, Nick. Do you know that Ben and your father were the first friends I had in this country?
Yes, I know, Charlie.
Ben saved my life down in the docks, and he almost got killed doing it, too. He's gonna have to go. That's all there is to it. The organization comes first. I wonder how she's getting along, Nick.
I'm sure she's all right, Charlie.
If I only knew where she was. If I knew that she was all right. You're sure nobody's turned in any information on her, Nick?
No, not a thing.
Wherever she is, I hope she's happy.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
My, how handsome you look.
I'm sorry I'm late. I got caught in theater traffic.
Not late at all. The party's just starting. Guest of honor's waiting for you.
Who's giving this party anyway?
I don't know. Polly called and said to come on over between shows and bring some friends.
Good for her. I haven't eaten like this in weeks.
Here he is, Johnny.
Nick, how are you? Good to see you again.
It's good to see you, Mr. Achilles.
Now, don't call me mister. Let me look at you. You're looking wonderful. Charlie, you're making a real gentleman out of him, huh?
Not me. It was always there.
What's it been, a year now? You're moving up in the world, huh, kid?
He's going to take over Dagajanian's spot.
That's great. Congratulations.
Something on your mind, Charlie?
Yeah.
Now, those three men are very important men, honey. You see that big fellow over there? That's Mr. Lupo. Come on, I'll introduce you to them.
How's it treat you, Nick?
Pretty good, Johnny.
Father and I are old.
Hello, gentlemen. Gentlemen, I'd like to have you meet my new client. This is Miss Doreen Hill, Mr. Lupo, Mr. Achilles, and Mr. Magellan.
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
Dances like Nijinsky. I thought maybe she'd be great in one of your spots up in Vegas.
Might be a spot for her in one of our Chicago clubs.
Oh, that'll be great, Mr. Achilles. This is a great kid. They'd love her in Chicago.
Can I buy you a drink, honey?
Well, of course you can. You'd love to have a drink, wouldn't you, honey?
I'd love to.
See you later, boy.
Dances like Nijinsky.
Excuse me. There's a phone call for you, Charlie.
Oh, thanks, Iris. Excuse me.
I phoned your office twice last week and you didn't call back.
I guess the girl forgot to tell me.
You're lying.
Okay, so I'm lying.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
Hello? Marshal. Where are you?
I'm at a phone booth at LaGuardia. I couldn't reach you this afternoon. I just flew in.
Why, is anything wrong? Ruby, get Mr. Magellan and Mr. Achilles in here right away. What? All right, look, go to my office. I'll meet you there.
We're absolutely dead. Williamson sold us out for payoff. He tipped off the big oil companies about our deal. They went right to the White House and exposed the government loan. There's not a chance of putting it through.
I don't get it, Marshal. You mean to say he could pull a complete double cross like this and you didn't even smell it?
Williamson was engineering the whole thing. I was only handling a phase of it.
What about the millions of dollars we got sunk in those tankers down in Panama?
I wish I could give you an answer to that, but I can't.
Maybe you're cutting in on Williamson's payoff.
Do you think I'd be here now if I were?
You might.
Look, gentlemen, I'm telling you the truth. I'm as sick about this thing as you are.
All right, take it easy. You're sure nothing can be done, huh, Marshal?
Positive, Charlie.
That's about it.
Good night, gentlemen.
$1 billion deal, that lousy crook. $1 billion deal, Johnny.
Williamson can't get away with this, Charlie.
What do you mean he can't? He already did, the pig. $1 billion deal.
We can't let him get away with it. I think we better have a meet.
You make the phone calls, Nick. Tell him the meet's for day after tomorrow. Big Harry's afraid of planes. That should give him time enough to get here. Numbers are in my private book. Come on, Johnny, I'll drop you at the hotel. Good night, Nick.
Good night. So long, Nick. See you tomorrow.
A meeting. From every territory in the country, they answered the summons. Names you seldom hear, faces you rarely see. The High Court of Organized Crime sitting in judgment. A judgment which is final, from which there is no appeal.
Legally, we haven't got a leg to stand on. Williamson knows this. All we can do is take our losses and keep our mouths shut.
Not only do we lose $1 billion deal, we gotta take a rap for $10 million besides.
What about our other contacts in Washington? Can't they put some pressure on?
I've spoken to a few of the boys there. This thing is too hot.
All the grease we've been spreading, and this louse makes suckers of us.
Anything else, gentlemen?
That's all, Frawley.
I'll be in my office all afternoon if you need me. Good day, gentlemen.
Bye, Frawley. The meeting's open for discussion.
I see no reason for any discussion. This rat double cost us a fortune. The only thing to do is hit him in the head.
Wait a minute. Williamson's an important man. He's got powerful friends. If we knock him off, it'll raise a stink from one end of the country to the other.
He crossed us, and he's got it coming, like any other pig. I agree with Johnny. Hit him in the head.
Now, I've given this a lot of thought. I hate to say this, but the smart thing to do is lay off Williamson.
Charlie, we can't let word get around that Williamson crossed us and got away with it. We'd be wide open for more double crossings. I say vote right now.
Now, before we vote, I think we should talk to Albert. I've taken into consideration what you men have said, but I'm thinking of the organization. There's no telling what'll happen if we knock Williamson off. To tell you the truth, I'm afraid of it. Yeah?
Mr. DeLucia on the phone.
Thanks, Nick. Hello? Hello, Albert. How are you? Oh, just fine. No, the boys are right here now. No, we haven't voted yet. We wanted to talk to you. What? Yeah, I understand, Albert. No, I'll tell them. They send their regards to you. Say hello to Ben and Anna for me, will you? Take care of yourself, Albert. Goodbye. Albert votes a hit. Let's take a vote. Start with you, Johnny.
Hit.
Hit. I don't agree, but I'll make it unanimous. Hit.
Charlie, it's the only way to handle this.
I hope you're right, Johnny.
Who gets a contract?
Williamson booked passage for Europe the end of next week. He'll be in New York. Lupo gets the contract.
Is there anything else? Meeting's adjourned.
They voted a hit, huh?
And Albert went along with him.
Who got the contract?
Williamson will be in New York next week, that's all.
The rest of them were so hot for it, why didn't you make one of them take it?
Now, wait a minute, kid. That's the wrong attitude to have. We took a vote. It's the will of the majority, that's all.
You want me to make it, Charlie?
No, I don't. I don't want you mixed up in this. Matter of fact, I don't want you making no more hits. You know something, Nick? I got a funny feeling about this hit. I wish I could shake it, but I can't. He's got reservations at the hotel on Thursday. His boat sails on Saturday. You'll make the hit during that time. When he gets to town, tail him. Watch every move he makes. Here are some pictures of him.
I know what he looks like. I've seen his kiss in the newspaper.
I don't care what you've seen. Study him. Learn his face as well as you know your own. Then burn him. I don't want any slip-ups.
Okay, Mr. Lupo.
Now, after you make the hit, scatter the addresses I gave you. I'll send a guy with instructions where to go and hide out. Now, any questions? All right, now, hear me good on this. I want it clean. Clean as a whistle. All right, get out.
Call for Mr. Louis Davis.
He just came in. He's going to the elevator.
Call for Mr. Louis Davis. Call for Mr. Louis Davis.
I didn't eat all day. How about going out to Sheep's Head Bay for a seafood dinner?
I ain't hungry.
What's the matter? You nervous?
I just ain't hungry.
Down. Down.
I think I'll have some steamed clams and deviled crab.
Give me the police. Hurry.
Going down?
Main lobby.
Garage.
This is the main lobby.
We're going to the garage, too.
Garage to your right.
Cops in the lobby. Something's wrong.
The car's over on 38th Street.
Forget it. We'll grab one here. That one.
Your claim check, sir. You two men come with me.
Garage.
You go cover the garage. You come with me.
Come on, we'll get another.
Hey! A copper!
He shot it out with him. No, he's not expected to live.
Come on, Joe, snap it up. We got papers to phone.
Patrolman Donald Mitchell. Yeah. He thinks he shot one of them.
Before his death, Patrolman Mitchell positively identified the three killers. One of the most intensive dragnets in the history of New York has been set up. Airports, railroad depots, and shipping terminals are being watched.
I smelled it, Nick. I smelled it. I told you I was afraid of this hit.
Those guys are red hot. They haven't a prayer of getting away.
The cops pick them up. They're going to talk. We need insurance.
I'll take care of it, Charlie.
They're expecting somebody. I told them I'd send somebody with money and instructions.
They'll get their instructions.
Wait a minute. Don't take any unnecessary chances. You play it safe, Nick, you understand?
I will, Charlie. Don't worry.
Yeah?
It's me, Nick.
Boy, am I glad to see you, Nick. I've been going nuts in this room all night. Well, I'd be glad to blow this joint. I bet the heat's sure on in town, huh? But we made the hit just like Lupo wanted, didn't we?
Sure.
We had to blast the cop. He started shooting. We had to blast him. Lupo ain't sore about that, is he?
No, of course not.
You got the dough on the ticket?
Yeah. You're going on a nice long trip, Whitey.
That's good. I can use a vacation. Nick, what are you doing? Don't do it, Nick. Give me a break. Please don't, Nick!
I hope I'm going to Cleveland. I know a lot of boys out there.
You're going a little farther than that, Gino.
You dirty rat!
Honey?
Excuse me, sir, but there's a man here to see you. He says it's important.
Who is it?
He won't give his name. He says it's a personal matter.
If he won't state his business, tell him I don't want to be disturbed.
I think you want to see me, Judge Kincaid. I'm Arnie Wendler.
You can leave us alone, Mrs. Wesley.
And tell her not to give me cute ideas. Like calling the cops.
You can retire now. I won't need you anymore tonight. You're the man who was wounded by the policeman.
Yeah. Got a shot of whiskey, Judge?
I have some sherry.
That'll do, I guess. Better than nothing. I've come to offer you a deal.
What kind of a deal?
How would you like me to sing? To turn state's evidence?
And what do you expect in return?
I want to walk out clean. Absolutely clean.
You have the audacity to suggest a proposal like that to me?
That's the deal. Take it or leave it.
What makes you think I'd make a bargain like this with you, Wendler? You haven't a chance. This entire city is looking for you. You'll be picked up in a matter of days, hours.
You'd like to crack the syndicate, wouldn't you, Kincaid? You'd like to reach one of the big boys?
Go on.
Me, I'm small fry. Maybe I burned for Williamson's murder, but I don't have to testify. I don't even have to open my trap in the courtroom unless I want to. But if I do, I nail one of the big boys for you. Maybe the biggest. I can put the finger right on Charlie Lupo.
I can't be a party to this, Wendler. The police will have to find other means.
If you mean Whitey and Gino, forget it. They're lying in a couple furnished rooms on the west side full of lead. I dropped over to see them, but somebody got there ahead of me.
Wendler, I've devoted my life to stamping out vermin like you. In all my years on the bench, I never conceived that I could ever lower myself to make a bargain with your kind.
Okay, so you hate my guts. Is it a deal?
I can't promise anything. I can only assure you that I'll use my influence in recommending the proposition.
That's good enough for me, Judge. I happen to know they wouldn't dare cross you downtown. Let's shake on it.
That's not necessary, Wendler. You have my word.
Okay, Judge. Oh, just one thing more. You'd better not call downtown to have me picked up. Chances are you'd never get to see me in a courtroom alive.
I'll have you placed in special custody.
Kincaid's got him down at the DA's office now, and he's singing his head off. I tried to get in, and I couldn't. Kincaid's keeping him under wraps.
Wendler doesn't know too much.
He can implicate you in Williamson's murder, and that's exactly what Kincaid wants.
Where are they holding Arnie?
I don't know. Kincaid's keeping it secret. And he's got special guards to watch him 24 hours a day. You won't get to him, Nick.
Who'd the DA give the case to?
Hartman. And he's like a bulldog. You can't touch him. He's absolutely straight. Besides, he sees a big opportunity to make a name for himself.
All right, go down and try and block the indictment. If we stall long enough, maybe some of the heat will be off.
You don't know Kincaid. I'm worried, Charlie. Plenty worried.
You're not going to fall apart now, are you, Frawley?
I'll do the best I can, Charlie. If I don't talk to you later, I'll call you first thing in the morning.
Oh, Mama, come here a minute, will you, please? Not so good, Nick.
Could be a lot better. I think you ought to take yourself out of circulation for a while, Charlie. You can't depend on those slobs downtown. They're getting milk in their veins.
Yeah, you're right. I need time to think the whole thing out.
What is it, Charlie?
Mama, would you please pack a bag for me? I want to leave town for a while.
Going away? Where?
Mama, please just pack the bag. I've got to go out of town for a while, that's all.
You are going to hide out. That's it, isn't it, Charlie? You've got to hide out again.
Mama, please just pack the bag. I won't be gone long, honest.
I knew it. Just like the old days. Shooting and hiding out. It will never stop.
You got a spot picked out, Charlie?
Yeah, Nick. I want you to drop me there. After you leave me, don't tell anybody where I am. You understand? Nobody.
I understand.
You're a good boy, Nick.
What's happened?
Those newspaper reporters have been driving me crazy. They won't let me alone.
I told you to have the phone cut off. Anything happen?
I just wanted to talk to you.
Was that the reason for the big rush call?
Well, I had to talk to somebody. I hadn't been out of this place in days.
Any cops been here?
No, just those two detectives I told you about.
Well, if they come again, give them the same treatment. You don't know a thing.
I really don't, Nick.
Good. Keep it that way.
Can I mix your drink?
I haven't got time.
Oh, come on. You can spend a few minutes with me. You don't know how lonely I've been. How's Charlie?
He's fine.
This thing's serious, isn't it?
It's no picnic.
The papers say that Charlie's finished this time, for good.
That'll be a cold day.
I'm worried.
About Charlie? Or about losing this joint and everything that goes with it?
I don't deserve that, Nick. Why do you always act so cold with me?
Do I? I hadn't noticed.
Yes, you do. Why don't you let yourself go, Nick?
You're way off base, Iris.
No, don't go, Nick. Don't go.
You're a beautiful dame, Iris. One of the best I've seen. And you treat me like it was Christmas Eve. But no thanks. I see through you like those silk dresses you wear. You figure Charlie's on the skids and it's safe to play. I told you before and I'll tell you again. I'm not interested.
We're going for murder in the first degree. You'll never make it stick. Look at your star witness. A hood with a police record a mile long. His testimony will never stand up in court.
We'll give it a good try. I think we've got Lupo this time.
Hello, Hartman.
Good to see you, Frawley. I thought you ought to be in on this. Bob wants to make a deal for his client. What would you say to a manslaughter charge with minimum sentence?
Manslaughter? That would be a deal for your client.
All right. How about you boys coming up with an offer? If we can work this out, you'll save the state a lot of time and money, get your conviction, and come out heroes.
Want to give us a couple of minutes alone, Bob?
Sure. Take your time. I'll wait in Leon's office.
What do you think, Chief?
Well, we've got Lupo on the run, or Frawley wouldn't be here. But if this thing drags out, there's always the chance that Wendler might get a loss of memory. I've seen it happen before.
That's got me worried, too. He's already getting jittery, asking if we've picked up Lupo yet. But manslaughter.
Frawley doesn't expect to get that. I think Kincaid would go along with second-degree murder.
I'm sure he would.
Let's try it. Bob!
Well, what's the verdict?
Murder 2.
That's pretty rough. They'll throw the book at him. He'll never go for it.
It's the best we can do. Either that, or we go for first degree.
All right. I'll let you know in a day or two. But I have a feeling I'm going to see you boys in court.
Murder, too? What kind of a deal is that? You know what this rap carries? I'll spend the rest of my life in stir. That pig, that fraud, he calls himself a lawyer.
He said if we don't take it, they're going for murder 1.
All right, let him try it. I'm going to sweat this thing out. I can sweat it out as long as the canary can. You watch that Wendler turn yellow. Nick will fight this. We'll make a dummy out of Kincaid.
There's an awful lot of heat on the organization, Charlie.
What do you mean, it's getting worse?
Yeah. Not only here, all over the country.
It's temporary, Nick. Believe me, it's temporary. The guys are behind me, every one of them. That cut off their right arm footage at Lupo take a rap.
Yeah, you're right, Charlie. You need anything?
No, I'm fine. Fine, Nick. I'll be all right, thanks. I guess Kathy's read about this whole thing in the papers.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I hope it isn't too rough on the kid.
So long, Charlie. I'll see you in a few days.
Yeah, I'll see you. Thanks a lot, Nick. Thanks.
Who is it?
It's me, Kathy. Hi.
Hi.
Buy me a drink?
I'll make you some coffee.
I said a drink. A big one.
What's the reason for the celebration?
I just decided to live it up, that's all. Take what you can get. Isn't that what you said, Nick?
What's eating you, Kathy? Let's have it.
I said a big one.
What's the matter? Did the cops find you?
Yes. They just paid me a little visit at the office to ask a few questions about Papa. Oh, they couldn't have been nicer. The reporters were very nice, too. Even the doctor was nice when he fired me. Oh, he assured me it didn't make any difference to him who I was. But he had to think about his patients.
I knew you'd get belted, Kathy. You were wide open.
Yes, Nick, you told me. And you were right. That little world I was planning for myself blew up right in my face. Oh, why don't you laugh? Come on, have a good one.
No, Kathy, I'm not laughing.
I should have listened to you, Nick. You had all the answers. You told me I couldn't beat it. You told me I was in for a big letdown. Well, I had it.
Kathy, you had to find out for yourself. Now you know what you're up against.
There's something I envy about you, Nick. Your strength. You're very sure of yourself. You know exactly where you're going. And it's the strong who inherit the earth.
Come on, I'll take you home to your grandmother.
I'm not going home. I'm staying here.
It's pretty late. Why don't I see you tomorrow?
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to stay here with you.
I'm taking you home now.
You want me to stay, Nick. You do want me. I know you do. Don't you see I'm throwing myself at you? I'm yours, Nick. Take me. Marry me, Nick.
Marry you?
Yes, now, tonight, right away.
You know I can't marry you, Kathy.
Why? Because you're a hoodlum, so am I. We're both the same, whether I like it or not. Whether I want to be or not, I'm Papa's daughter. I know that now.
Kathy, will you stop it?
But look at me. I can't even have you, even if I throw myself at you. You wouldn't dare, would you, Nick? Even if you wanted me. Because I'm Lupo's daughter.
Kathy, you're all twisted up. If you keep on like this, you'll crack wide open.
Me crack up? Oh, no, Nick. Not me. I'm gonna let loose. I'm gonna go out and have myself a ball. And I'll find somebody who wants me. There must be somebody who wants me. I'll be seeing you, Nick.
This thing is reaching national proportions, gentlemen. They're making a martyr out of Williamson now. Already there are rumblings in Washington of another Senate investigating committee like the Kefauver thing.
What are the chances of Charlie's beating the rep?
It's hard to say. If Wendler breaks, they're very good. Otherwise, it means a long, drawn-out battle.
Meantime, we're getting slaughtered.
Believe me, this is going to get worse, much worse.
If Charlie gave himself up, took the murder too, Rab.
I hate to say this, but in my opinion, it's the only logical solution. That is, without endangering the position of the whole syndicate.
I don't think he'll do it, Johnny. He believes we should fight it, that we can beat it.
Charlie always said the organization came first, that it was bigger than any one of us.
Well, he still feels that way, Johnny. But he also feels that this is no time to get milk in our veins.
All right. There's only one way to settle it. We'll put it to a vote.
Nick.
Hello, Iris. Go pack a bag.
A bag? What for?
You're taking a trip. And nothing fancy. You won't need it where you're going.
What are you talking about? Where are you taking me?
Charlie needs you.
Oh, Nick, please don't make me go. Charlie's wanted by the police, and I'll get involved. Please, I don't want to get mixed up in this. Please, Nick, don't make me go.
Charlie certainly picked a prize package when he picked you. Get your clothes.
All right, Nick.
Believe me, Albert, the heat is on. My territory's getting murdered. So are the others. Yeah? Sure he's here. I'll let you talk to him. He wants to talk to you.
Hello, Albert. Yes, I was just explaining it to the boys. We may beat the rap in time, but the repercussions would be disastrous. Yes, I believe it would relieve the pressure immediately. I'll let you speak to him.
Yeah? Yeah, I know how you feel, Albert. Me and the boys do, too. I'm afraid it's the only answer. Yeah. Goodbye, Albert. That's all, Frawley.
I'll be at my office until about 5. Then you can reach me at home. Good day, gentlemen.
Albert says he'll go along with the rest of us. We'll take a vote.
So the boys want me to take the rap, huh? Me, Lupo. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry, Charlie, but that's the way they voted.
Even Albert?
Even Albert. It's unanimous.
I can't believe that Albert would go along with him. I just can't believe it, not Albert.
I know it's a rough break, Charlie, but that's the vote.
Lousy ingrates. After all I've done for the organization. I am the organization, Nick.
You made the rules, Charlie. They expect you to live by them. We all have to live by them.
Yeah. All right, you tell the boys to give me a couple of days, and I'll come in and take the rap. That's all I need, Nick, just a couple of days.
Okay, Charlie.
Say, why don't you stay for supper? Iris isn't too bad a cook.
I ought to go.
Come on, stick around. We'll bust open a bottle of champagne, have a party. It'll be like a last meal.
Don't talk like that, Charlie. In a year or two, we might spring up a roll.
There's not a chance. Once they get their hands on Lupo, they'll never let go of him.
Catherine Lupo.
Why, she's just a kid. I thought something was wrong when she passed me. She looked like she was crying.
There's no skid marks. She must have driven right off the road.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah? Listen, Bob. I just got a tip. A straight tip. That party's going to talk.
Yeah? FBI, huh?
Henry and I are taking the first plane into New York.
If he talks, it'll blow the lid off the country, and we'll all go up with it.
I'll fly in tomorrow morning. Go back to bed and keep your trap shut.
Right. I got you, Johnny. I'll grab the next plane.
All right, Johnny. I'm leaving right away. He can't talk. They'll murder us.
If Lupo talks, the country will face a scandal without precedent.
The FBI is in touch with Kincaid now.
Can we put the fix on them?
Put the fix on the FBI, Mr. Martinelli?
All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Now, if you'd excuse us.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Good day, gentlemen. Lupo's cracked up. If he sings, they'll break the syndicate. We'll all get nailed. Lupo can put every one of us in the electric chair.
I don't believe it. I can't believe Charlie would talk. I think they're lying.
I know it's tough to swallow, Nick, but we got this straight right from the top. We've already taken the vote. You're making the hit.
Me? Why me? Charlie's like my own father.
You're the only one who can make the hit. He trusts you. You can get to him.
Lupo may be on in years, but he's still a pretty rough guy. It's got to be somebody he trusts. It's got to be you, Nick.
No. I won't do it. I can't do it.
Look, Nick. Don't you think I understand how you feel? I love the guy. You think I like to order his brains blown out? You think the other boys like it? It's got to be, Nick. There's no other way. If Charlie gets to the FBI, we're through. Every one of us.
I'll make the hit.
After you make it, go to the airport. I'll meet you. You come back to Chicago with me.
All right, Johnny.
Magellan's liable to crack up, and he knows an awful lot. Who knows what Lupo's told him? We can't take a chance, Johnny.
Don't worry. I've taken out insurance.
As soon as you take me to the airport, drive back into the city and check into a hotel.
What is it, Charlie? What's it all about? Why are you going to Washington?
Tomorrow, go to the bank, get the bonds and cash out of the safe deposit box. Keep them, they're yours. Call that cab company again, will you?
Well, the man said it would take about 20 minutes.
Call them, tell them to hurry. I don't want to miss that plane.
Oh, here it is now. Nick,
Where's Charlie?
in the bedroom.
Oh, hello, Nick. How are you?
Hello, Charlie.
They found out already, huh? You're gonna make the hit.
Yeah. You made the rules, Charlie.
Oh, no, 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 you can't kill Charlie. He's your friend.
Shut up, Iris.
That's him coming out now in the dark coat. Don't miss. Mr. Achilles wants this clean.
Okay. He's all mine.
Insurance. The circle of self-destruction has claimed new victims. It has stilled the lips that might have revealed the secrets of the Syndicate. First, Charles Lupo. Then, Nick Magellan. Tomorrow, who knows? The Syndicate still exists. The rules still hold. This is how the cartel works. This is New York Confidential.